Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Chandrea Thomas. President Joe Biden is promising to deliver everything needed for the states affected by those deadly storms. Tyler, that rain came down heavy on the east side. I felt it like pounding on my roof. We have some breaking news coming into our newsroom. A fire broke out in Green Valley earlier tonight. And right now, Broadway just between Prudence and Pantano is shut down. That's because Tucson police say a suspect is barricaded inside of an apartment. Is violence ever justified? Well, what about political violence? Can that be justified?
The other thing is the idea of ambiguous loss, because they don't know what happened to the baby, right? So they can't really grieve in one way or the other.
We're going to label you best weather forecaster of 2020 good. How about that?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what's up.
I like that.
Now to that severe weather taking a hold of the east and west coast. Are there any other calls logged after 1:46 p.m. on December 18th? Because from what we can tell, that's the last phone call that she made. The co-founder of Tucson Meet Yourself died yesterday at the age of 86. I'm here at Roadhouse Cinema where people are coming in to see a new movie with a mission called Wake Up. The Pima County Health Department is now offering all COVID boosters to eligible residents. Tucson is celebrating the opening of a brand new type of store in the Old Pueblo, a fungi supplement store called Adaptogen Superfoods.
The reason why is because nurses are not willing to continue to work under those conditions.
Shannon King has been a nurse at St. Joseph's Hospital for more than 26 years. She says the situation at the hospital is getting worse by the day, and something has to change.
What the nurses are going through, and even the staff in the whole hospital, we are expected to do more with less. We are expected to take more patients who are more critically ill than what we feel is to give adequate care to.
According to Nurse King, the staffing levels at the Tucson hospital are critically low, and workers are extremely burned out. While some nurses are staying the course and working 12-hour shifts, others are walking away.
We actually had a survey that we did among all of our nurses with St. Mary's and St. Joe's, where 74% of nurses are thinking of leaving because of the current situation.
We're also told that workers are having a hard time getting new equipment.
It's been put out that Tenet has made over $600 million in profit, and we don't see that being reinvested in retaining our nurses. We've been asking for a printer, we've been asking for computers, and so that does make our job more difficult.
Kay Gunn reached out to Carondelet Health Network, who runs the hospital, about the situation and received a statement that says, in part, we are disappointed with the irresponsible comments made by those with their own agendas, as these comments do not honor or represent the hard work being done by our staff to care for the community every day. The fact is that our hospital is responding with leading solutions during a pandemic that has caused a national and local nursing shortage. We are grateful to our team members for their steadfast commitment to be here to care for our patients in need, adding that the hospital remains prepared to care for the community.
I have seen patients lined up in the hallways. I've seen EMS lined up with their stretchers with patients.
National Nurses United represents over 700 nurses at St. Joseph's and St. Mary's hospitals and more than 175,000 nurses across the country.
We are participating in the National Day of Action to bring awareness that this is happening across the country. What else can we do other than to keep advocating for ourselves, keep advocating for our patients?
Chandrea Thomas, KGUN 9 on your side. With the new year comes new changes to technology. And for those of you with 3G electronics, the change can leave you with a broke down phone. 5G is in and 3G is out. The phase-out is causing consumers to upgrade their devices to avoid a loss of service. And by the way, all calls including access to 911 on 3G phones won't be available by the end of the year. Mobile companies have been sending letters and text messages to let customers know about the move. According to the Federal Communications Commission, AT&T will shut down its 3G network by February of 2022. And one of the biggest network combos, they're also tapering down. T-Mobile will shut down Sprint 3G networks by March and its own by July. And Verizon is dropping 3G by December of 2022. The change will affect older cell phones, Kindles, home security systems, smartwatches, tablets, car tracking services, and medical emergency alert devices. Devices that will become obsolete. At this point, if your phone is more than 6 years old, check with your provider to see where you stand. And some users can check out the indicator bar on their cell phone screen to see if it's 3G. According to RCR Wireless News in 2019, there are more than 80 million 3G devices being used in North America. Kathy Clare is worried about her future at the Shady Lane Trailer Park on West Prince Road.
We basically got a 30-day notice.
Kathy says the last 5 years have been good. Then she got this eviction notice from the owner last month. She claims the city of Tucson is changing the zoning on the property, and now some of the tenants who have been there for years have to go.
It'll take me time to find a place for us to be accepted, and I'm terrified I'm not going to find a place in 30 days. And then where am I going to go, and what do I do with my trailer? I need more time.
So the concerned renter went down to City Hall to ask Mayor Regina Romero for more time to move out.
One person has been here for 15 years.
According to the owner, the RVs were grandfathered in to allow for long-term rentals when she bought the land in 2010.
The owner of the property, she's devastated at the loss of income.
The owner didn't go on camera, but showed us the old and new site plans and says her new plan was approved last December, then denied on the same day.
2011, right?
Longtime manager Tony Russo is worried that some of the renters will be homeless.
I want to see the RV thing be reinstated so we can get these people back in. So these people are there, don't have to worry about where they're going to go.
KGUN 9 went down to City Hall with questions, and city leaders say they're not evicting anyone. We're told a 2019 sewer complaint to code enforcement revealed other safety issues on the property, including more RVs than the city allows.
This has to do with the health and safety regulations.
We sat down with Clayton Trevelyan with Planning and Development, and he says the park never had a grandfathered status.
This park has a non-conforming status, which means that at some point in time, the property was approved for a specific number of units and configuration in the park.
The site is limited to 28 units because only 28 utility spaces were built into the original site plan. Additions must be approved by inspectors, and a zoning change for more space can take up to a year to process.
Of those 28 units, they would be allowed to have 7 permanently established RVs that are permanently connected to the utilities.
The city is also helping the renters with federal funding for housing and suggested an RV park 4 blocks away. At this point, Kathy and her neighbors are still hoping to stay on the property.
We're a community, and we help each other out. And it's devastating for me to lose a community of people that watch out for my son when I'm gone.
The city is sending updated documents to the owner outlining the zoning and code enforcement process. We'll keep an eye on the story and let you know what happens next.
The truck's been in our family directly and indirectly since the 70s and 80s.
Ted Tucker is a man on a mission.
It was just a restoration project for my grandson, which we started when he was in 10th grade. So at least he could have it for his junior, senior year. And he's graduating already this year.
He's been trying to get his 65 Chevy pickup fixed up for his grandson. So he went to Earl's Automotive Shop on the south side of Tucson in April of 2016 and made a deal with the owner, Chris Tatro, to get the work done.
It seems like every time I go over there to see him, he's working on somebody's car. And I've already paid him all of his monies up front.
That 1-year promise turned into 3 years, and Ted is still waiting to get his truck back and wishes he had done things differently.
I would have gone in, had him write up exactly what he's going to do, how he's going to do it in stages.
So here's the trail of payments between Ted and Chris. In April of 2016, Ted paid the first $1,000. In May of 2016, another $1,000. In August of 2016, he dropped $2,000, and in March of 2017, he paid the last $3,300. And as of that date, Ted has paid $7,300 for a truck that's still in the shop. Ted checks on the truck and sees some progress, but says he feels pushed aside.
I made a big mistake in, first of all, trusting him.
Not on Your Side made contact with the restoration mechanic, and he says the truck is almost done. He also says his shop closed down after starting the project for Ted, and on top of that, he has a full-time job. He did say the truck will be ready to roll by the end of the month, so the wait is on to see if Ted will finally get his 65 Chevy back on the road.
Now, he no longer has a shop, so I feel sorry for him for that. But, you know, your word is your word, an agreement's an agreement. And if you could not have finished the job when I came in with the rest of the money, he should have said, I can't do it.